If I could share one secret from the canyons of Wall Street, it would be this. The most powerful force is not capital. It is not aggressive ambition. It is not even raw intelligence alone. The single greatest asset you can possess is simple, unwavering curiosity. It is the quiet, persistent habit of asking small questions and remaining open to the answers. This is the engine that drives genuine growth, the force that uncovers opportunities others miss, and the skill that builds a life of continuous learning. It is a power available to every single one of us right now, without any special access or permission. Imagine standing in the heart of New York City. You can feel the hum of energy radiating from the pavement. Look up at the skyscrapers, monuments to finance and commerce reaching for the sky. You can almost hear the frantic pulse of the trading floor, a symphony of numbers and high-stakes decisions. People rush past, deadlines, targets, and destinations, and so, what do you notice? Stand on any busy street corner in Manhattan for just a few minutes. Let the river of humanity flow past you. Instead of just seeing a faceless crowd, allow your attention to settle on the small details. Look at the expressions on people's faces as they talk on the phone. Notice the deliberate choice of a brightly colored scarf against a dark winter coat. Observe the brief pause someone takes to look up at the architecture before hurrying on their way. These are tiny windows into individual stories, motivations, and worlds. These small observations are the seeds of curiosity. Water them with simple questions. Why did that person choose that specific coffee shop when 3 others are on the same block? Where might that family with the large suitcases be traveling from? What book is that person on the park bench reading so intently? See the world not as isolated facts, but as a web of interconnected stories and possibilities. This practice opens new dimensions in daily life. Why is it so important to ask why again? The first answer we receive is often the most convenient one. It is the surface-level explanation, the easy justification that satisfies a superficial inquiry. People naturally stop here because it feels efficient. It provides a sense of closure. But the real insight almost always lies one level down. The magic is not in the first why, but in the gentle, persistent follow-up. The second why challenges assumptions and uncovers the true root. On Wall Street, top analysts intuitively do this. They don't just ask why a stock fell. First answer, a disappointing earnings report. But they keep digging. Why was the report disappointing? Were sales down? Why were sales down? Was it a new competitor? A change in consumer behavior? A flaw in the product? That chain moves them past obvious headlines and reveals underlying trends others miss. You can use the same method in your life and career. Think of a time you felt stuck. First why, I ran out of time. Most people stop there and feel regret. But what if you ask again? Because I overcommitted. Why did I overcommit? Because I have a hard time saying no. Now it's a personal insight. So why does this all work so profoundly? Curiosity is the mind's natural state of wakefulness. It is the force that prevents mental stagnation. It actively builds new neural pathways in your brain, forging connections between disparate ideas and turning the mundane into the fascinating. Each time you ask a question or try a small experiment, you are wiring yourself to be more flexible, creative, and resilient. Curiosity is a powerful antidote to anxiety and fear. When worry traps you, ask a genuine question. What is one thing I can do right now? What is another way to look at this problem? You start to see options instead of obstacles. In a team meeting going in circles, ask, what is the core problem we are trying to solve here?